Now then, people, good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Leeds United fans. Listen, I'm still in a buoyant mood. Leeds United 7, Cardiff 0 last night. And Daniel Farke came out fighting in his post-match presser as well. So this is a little ode to those doubters as well. Of which there were many. Of which their doubt was misplaced. Because for a lot of us, that was the biggest ever win we'll see in our lifetime. And they said he was boring. They said he don't know what he's doing. He drops a point at Burnley, and we need to be discussing, we need to get certain players out and in, and the manager, yeah. People can't criticise the manager. It's very narrative written or something. Why do you have to be contrarian all the time? People in the house know that we have the best man for the job. We have the best man for the job, and his name is Sir Daniel of Farke, the German magician. 7 heaven. Oh, man, we're being linked to a few players as well, which we'll get into. But that is the biggest Leeds United win since 1972. Since Sir Dom Revie. This is what we're talking about. Absolutely rampant Leeds United. Luscious Leeds United. Every man and his dog was scoring. Who put the ball in the Cardiff net? Half the fecking team did. Half the fecking team did. The numbers are insane. Leeds United sitting pretty top of the division with a massive, humongous goal difference, goals scored. It's going wild. It's going wild. 100% Vic. You and me both know where it comes from. And it needs to stop. It needs to stop. People need to stop listening to that shite. Because how at this stage, like, how can you be so negative on the manager 1 minute, then so, just say you don't rate him. I mean, you're wrong, but just say it. Farke breaks records. Who remembers that tune, The Record Breakers? Yes, Gulf Coast, 100%. The manager knows what he's doing. And I think we all need to take a step back and say, do you know what? This guy probably knows what he's doing. The Magnificent 7. Couldn't have said it better myself, Oliver. Couldn't have said it better myself, my man. Unbelievable performance yesterday. And I think Farke made some very good comments after the match, which is the reason, I guess, for this video. He said a few things. Someone asked if it's one of his best ever moments. Remember, again, like my man's telling people. He's basically speaking to the doubters within the fan base, with outside of the fan base. In that moment yesterday after the match, he said, it's a great win. Best moments? I've won the league 5 times. Listen, yeah, I've won the league 5 times. Yes, great game. Best moment? Yeah. Won the league 5 times as a manager in my career, Of course, it's something different over a long season. Instead of just 3 points, to win 7-0 is a great achievement. It's good for goal difference. It's good for confidence. I enjoy it. But I'm happy for my lads being able to shine after Burnley criticism. The Burnley criticism was so unwarranted, was needless. You would have thought we'd gone there and lost and was somehow now losing pace on the at the top of the league. We didn't. We went. We did a professional job. And then the manager said, you know what? We'll pick up a point at Burnley. Results have gone our way. Cardiff next week. And boy, did he let the reins off. It's almost like, because Daniel James said in his post-match, in certain games, we sit off and let them come on to us. Of course, the opposition play a big part. I've just been listening to the Square Ball. Big up the Square Ball. I think Rob Conlon said, and he's bang on, and I said that. We all want teams to come and have a go, but when they come and have a go and are as open as that, that's what can happen. So, you can understand why certain teams, I think Michael said Plymouth, play for a 3-0 loss. You can understand it as a manager, because that was suicide. We were cutting through them like a knife through butter. It was, every time we went forward, we looked so dangerous. We only got 2 in the first half as well, and normally, foot off the gas, conserve energy, which isn't a bad tactic when you consider you're playing a 46-game season, but it's almost like Farke went, my team got unnecessarily criticised last week for going and getting a point at the best defence in the league. You know what? I'm going to let them have fun. He said, let them cook. He said, go out there, lads, smash it. It was great to see Matteo get on the score sheet. It was great to see Nonto get on the score sheet. It was great to see Joel Pirro and Brendan Aronson get flowers, because Joel Pirro, at the start of the game, misplaced a few passes. Get him. But boy, did he grow into the game. It's almost as if he's aware of the noise outside of the football club saying, Leeds United want players. Leeds United want a 9. He's felt that, and that's what competition can do. That's what bringing incoming players can do. So again, for those that say we've got enough, and listen, the only reason they are saying it is because they're not big on the manager. And genuinely, deep down, somewhere, they'll say no, but somewhere they want him to fail. I'm telling you. Because why wouldn't you want new players? You can never have enough. You can always have more. Oliver Twist settings. Please, sir, I want some more. And that's genuinely what I believe. He's got enough. People are saying in my chat all the time, and it's the same people that are so critical of the manager. So critical of the manager. So I put 2 and 2 together, and I get 4. And that's what I believe. But the manager isn't resting on his laurels, which I'm so happy for as well. Because he said, I will not let the magnitude of today's win alter my thoughts on the final 48 hours of the transfer window. A draw or a loss would have not prompted me to panic, so a thrashing will not let me feel that I have sussed it with the players I have, i.e., we still want bodies. In an ideal scenario, Farke would be presented with a centre-back, a 9 and a 10. Whether we'll get them all, I'm not too sure. We've been linked to an Armenian number 10, someone that he managed at Krasnodar. We've been linked, speculatively, there's a lot of talk that potentially Mark Gouy could be available on loan from Chelsea. Of course, he'd have a lot of suitors. And we know Cameron Archer was not involved in the Southampton squad. Centre-back links, it's bleak. But I don't know much on this Armenian player. But if he's anything like Mkhitaryan, we'll take him. You know what I mean? It's the only other Armenian I know. Henrik Mkhitaryan. But yeah, and also what he says as well, on the striker position, if you're a prospective target and you see the scoreline, he says, as a striker, I would love to play in such a team when there are so many chances being created. We have a good group, and they showed a lot of that today. And you can see the nature of the good group, and I'll tell you for why. When Willie Nonto scored, and I've been a big critic of his, and clearly he's been getting in his head as well, because when he scored, Ramazani, Gulavogi entered the pitch, the lads were all round him. That shows that they know what he's been going through off the pitch, because they are people. We do critique them, but they are people. And it was the same for Mateo Joseph. The lads got round him, get in. Of course, there are some, but we didn't really get a chance to go through it because everyone was just so excited. But Junior Firpo yesterday, 3 assists. My God. Now, don't be surprised. Listen, you don't drop Junior now. You do not drop Junior now. But I won't be surprised if when we go to Coventry, it is away, I believe, on Wednesday, that we see Gruev come back into midfield. And I'm okay with that. And I hope people are okay with that. I hope people look at it and say, okay, yeah, we understand why. Because we can afford to maybe go get a point and then move on to the home fixture and slap some people up. You know, let's get stuck into some of your comments. But we'll have a look. I tell you what we will do as well. We'll have a look at the transfer links. And big up to everyone that shares posts with me. This is from, it's not the greatest source. It's from the ragtag, the moon, the sun. They're saying, and I think it's come from Alan Nixon. They're saying that Leeds United want 5 million Chelsea attacker before January deadline. This is Mark Gooey. Of course, we'll get stuck in to your comments in just a sec, so bear with me. We will get there. Big up to everyone supported the channel. Crazy numbers over the last 24 hours. Need for a striker remains. Leeds eyeing a move for Southampton's Cameron Archer. However, Archer is not the only striker Leeds want. Indeed, Chelsea striker Mark Gooey has emerged as an option. They said on Sunday that Leeds are among the clubs tracking Chelsea's under-19 striker who has started in Europe this season. Look, he was one, if you remember a few days ago when we discussed the potential strikers that would be available. I think it's here. Yeah, no, that's not it. It is... 1 second. Oh, I did load it up. I thought I'd added it. It should be in my downloads. 1 second. One did send it on WhatsApp. It's not that one. Not that one. Oh no, it wasn't. It was on Twitter. 1 second. I'll get it as. Don't worry about it. Big up to my main man Dan who sent me that. I will find it now. Here we go. So this was. He was on the list when we looked at Premier League strikers that were available. He was one of the names on that list. And I think what we can think when we look at Mark Gooey, I mean, it'd be a great acquisition for anyone. I think Middlesbrough have been heavily linked as well, and Middlesbrough are doing bits. I think they're trying to get Iheanacho and a few others. But if we look at Mark Gooey here, I think what could make him available now as well is the fact that the European places are now over. The Conference League. So that squad that he picks. So, for example, if you remember in the Conference League, Enzo Maresca was that much embarrassment of riches. He didn't even pick Cole Palmer within that squad. It was basically a second-string Chelsea side, and Mark Gooey was in that. So, now that round's over and they've progressed, they'll probably play a stronger side because now you're in the knockouts. You might as well go win the thing kind of vibe. So, Mark Gooey might not make that squad now. Now, where's his game time coming from? So he was one that could be available. So you can understand. I'm not sure if, I don't know. It'd be a difficult one to do, wouldn't it? Will Lancashire was on that list. He's gone to West Brom, I believe. We know Cameron Archer as well, and a few others that we've mentioned that are available. And that's why Leeds United have waited, late in the window. And I believe, I don't know if, historically, if we were to check transfer marked, actually, I'm going to check it because I think Mark Gooey might have actually played in the 10 as well. Let me have a look. Let's have a butchers. Centre forward, second striker, potentially more as a centre forward. Okay. Unless at youth level. But even still, I mean, Cameron Archer can do both roles. So, yeah, Mark Gooey, if we were to sign that, I mean, it'd be an unbelievable signing. But I also feel as well that it would be almost like having, I think he's probably better. I've not seen a lot of Mark Gooey, I can't lie to you, but I'd assume the fact that he's gone from Barca to Chelsea and there's probably, but he's maybe better than Matteo. Again, I don't know, but it's very similar. So I think my personal preference would be to bring in Cameron Archer at 23-year-old, and obviously the fact that Cameron Archer has already played in the division for Middlesbrough and for Preston and has scored goals at both clubs. I think that would be my personal preference. And then, of course, late last night, from a number of sources, more so Armenian sources as well, not so much Leeds United, but like from UK-based journalists, there was a lot of talk of the player from who Farke had at Krasnodar for the short period that he was there. Just bear me 1 second. It says Leeds could send an offer to Krasnodar for Eduard Spertsyan. Spertsyan, would you say? Farke wants to sign the player and already wanted him when he was manager at Borussia Mönchengladbach. He also knew the player for 2 months in 22 in Krasnodar when he did play there. When he did manage there. There was also another post. Again, we'll have to convert. This is in Russian, this one, because obviously Krasnodar is in Russia. It's not letting me actually change the... Why can't I do that? Well, we can ask... I tell you what, we can ask Grok. The transfer news comes in the context of Leeds United's current standing. Eduard Spertsyan, a Russian footballer, but he's Armenian. I believe he's playing in Russia. Let's not ask Grok. AI's on a bit of a mad one there. So this is Eduard Spertsyan. Sorry, just laughing at the advert. I mean, it's very apt for me right now. I just laughed. I was like, what's going on there? That definitely is what my belly looks like at the minute. So, yeah, Eduard Spertsyan, attacking midfielder, Armenian, has played for the national team, was born in Russia, but is an Armenian citizen. Attacking midfielder, as I say, 18 appearances, 6 goals and 3 assists this season. Russian Cup, 6 appearances, and also Russian Super Cup, an appearance in that as well. Can play in the 10, also plays on the left and the right, valuation of around about 20 million euros. Don't know much about him, not going to pretend to know anything about him, if I'm being totally honest, because it is a new name on my lips, and I think a lot of people's lips. But as I say, there's been quite a few reports over on the other side of the... I don't call it the pond. It's still Europe, isn't it? I mean, Russia's massive, but yeah. So Armenian, Russian, and German roots as well, according to the internet. Has worked with Farke previously. Is a 10, is a position that we need. You would hope. I mean, he says it's valued at 20 million euros, but I don't think Leeds United are going to be paying that up front, are they? It's going to be a loan or something along those lines. Unfortunately, FB Ref don't have like a massive amount of data. But yeah, if we have a look at his previous seasons, we can do that though. And see, he has got decent numbers during that period. So you can see here, currently winning the league this season. At the bottom, I'm just here. I don't know why it's not showing you my mouse this time. Oh, there it is. Look. So this is this season. Has started 18 games for the current, leaders of the Russian Premier League. Has 6 goals and 3 assists, so 9 goal involvements. And then if you look over the course of the other seasons as well, he's always had double digits. His best season coming in 22-23, which obviously was when he was Farke. Farke goes to Mönchengladbach, and you can probably see on the back of that decent season there is when he's probably then had a look to bring him to Mönchengladbach. Obviously, the deal never actually happened. Last season, as I say, 11 goals, 3 assists, 14 G&A in total, which is a very good return and would fit in nicely with Leeds United's current crop, because, for a manager that is perceived at times to be considered boring, I would more so call it... Do you remember when I would more so call it tactically astute? Do you remember when people used to call him tactically inept? I know you're in the chat. Wild. If we look for a manager that is considered tactically inept, you can see some of the numbers here. Joel Pirot, again, not good enough, get out, should be dropped. 17 G&A. 17. Already has one less goal than last season. If we have a look at Joel Pirot in the league last season, so let's just do that now. Sorry, it will slow down. He got 13 goals last season. Sorry. Fucking hell, it's on a Madden. Slow down, FB ref. Slow down. Right, there we go. It sorted itself out. So last season, Joel Pirot, and don't forget, we all said he had a good season. People forget this. We all said he had a good season last season, and he got 13 goals. That's a good season. He's got 12 already, and we're only 20. Well, we're 30-odd games in, but he's only started 20. So he has one less goal and has more assists. So that shows his improvement in the role, in the system from last season, and we've not even finished the season yet. So you could be looking, and it might seem wild, but the reason why this guy was top scorer and reason why clubs like Leeds United and Leicester looked at him is because he ended up with numbers like this, which, by my reckoning, by the end of the season, he could be on course for these sort of numbers. 22. 8 more goals. If we're slapping team 7, if we continue to look, maybe this is where the run comes. Leeds United, for me, didn't even get out of second gear yet. This could be it. Maybe we have. If you look at his numbers here, 19, I think that's very achievable. He's already bossing that. Like under Farke, you could see throughout his full career, he's got more assists. So again, adapting to the system. This is the season that he's got the most assists. And he was key with the pre-assist for a lot of these goals yesterday. The first 2 specifically, so him and Brendan. So again, I have been critical of Pirot. I have said before, even when we go back to last season and said he doesn't fit the system, you can see that he has improved in the role that he's been asked to do. We see him drop deep now. We see him drop onto halfway, win the ball, knit it together, play decent link up. But when he doesn't score, people say it's terrible. It's not always the case. Our own fans put up a compilation for the guy last week, saying how poor he was. He's got more assists this season than he's ever had in a league campaign. Oh, sorry, I do apologise. He got 6 there. But that will be bettered, of course. And he's got 12 goals, which is 1 less than he did the whole of last season. Joel Pirot's improving. Leeds United are improving under Daniel Farke. It's not just Joel Pirot either, because the marked improvement in a host of these players is insane. It is genuinely insane. If we go and look, and this really needs shouting out for how impressive this is, as a full squad, as a team. I'm lagging because FB Ref was just updating, but we're back. As a full team, Joel Pirot has 17 G&A. Dan James, let me just put my mouse here. Dan James, 14 G&A. 8 goals and 6 assists. Daniel James, for me, when dropping down to the division, I didn't think he was good enough. I've said that. I don't think technically he's good enough. He has changed. He has come on leaps and bounds. His ball striking ability, not only with his preferred right foot, but also his left foot, is better. Dan James is just an unbelievable footballer now. Who'd have thought? Who'd have thought? So 14 G&A. Solomon, who, by the way, man, don't even get me started on those that said Farke's not good enough. Solomon, after coming back from injury, people said he didn't want to be here. People said he was overweight. People said he was another Dan James. They're nothing like each other. People said he should go back. Pointless why we signed him, I heard. Pointless. My days. Mamman's got 11 G&A in a fraction of the games played to the rest. 6 goals, 5 assists. Unbelievable. Brendan Aronson, okay, assists not great, but he has 8 goals. 10 G&A, which is on par with Nonto. When you consider, again, the minutes Nonto's had compared to the rest, it's very impressive. It's quite wild to think that he's actually had more minutes on the pitch than Dan James, actually. That's quite a surprise. But if you do compare him with someone like Brendan, who's played a hell of a lot of football, and that is a concern, and that's why we need to sign a 10. because Brendan will have times when he looks leggy. But Gnonto, 10 GNA. So you have there 5 players with double digits GNA. It's so impressive. I mean, Junior Firpo, wow. What an improvement from the manager in him. 6 assists. 3 of them were yesterday. Oh, God. We've run out of superlatives, really, to say about the manager now for me. I genuinely am curious, and we'll get into your comments in just a sec. After I've got off my soapbox. I'm curious about what now the doubters of Daniel can say. What can they say? What will they say? Will it be after we draw against Coventry midweek? You know, we might lose a game once and still have an 8-point gap, and people will go, it's wrong. I don't know. I just don't know. It's perplexing. It really is perplexing. But as the thumbnail shows, Shush, you don't know what you're talking about. Big up to Matteo as well. As I said, Matteo Gnonto getting amongst the goals, huge for confidence. Huge for confidence. But we still need additions in the 10 and in the 9. And also at centre-back if we could. But I agree with what the club say. Make sure they're going to improve Leeds United. If they don't improve Leeds United, then yeah, it is what it is. We are seeing our competition, if you can call them that. I mean, the fact, this is the thing, right? Leeds United went to Burnley and did a job. Burnley played how they play. That's boring. Because Burnley then go to Portsmouth, put the same stinking performance and get 0-0. Remember, I've said, and I've maintained, Burnley will not get top 2 because they draw too many games. They draw far too many games. And I also said they do not score enough goals. I was never, ever concerned of them. And I've reiterated that because when they scored 5 against Plymouth, who were bottom of the league, people came, oh, I thought you said they didn't score goals. One person actually said in the chat, and people will remember, one person actually said, if only we were as free scoring as Burnley. Burnley they will draw their way to promotion. They will win the playoffs. I would not want to play Burnley in the playoffs. This is what Parker does. He's not won the league yet. He didn't win the league with Fulham. He went up through the playoffs, beating Brentford. The season we won the league. And with Bournemouth, he finished second. He draws too many. So I'm not concerned. I actually think Sunderland might drop points against Middlesbrough on Monday. And it'll be us and Sheffield United. I've maintained that. Sheffield United just did enough yesterday. Ben Brereton Diaz with the goal. But Leeds United are doing more than that. You know, I genuinely looked at the results this week and I thought, right, we'll all get 3 points. Them 3, not Sunderland. I think that could be a draw, 2-2 or something like that. But I thought Burnley, yeah, they'll win at Portsmouth. They're away. They're actually better away. But no, they drew 0-0. And that gives us 5 points now, people. 5 points. Of course, there is still a way to go in the Championship. We have... Sorry, I'm lagging because I'm loading pages up. We have 16 games still to go. There is a hell of a lot of points to play for. But Leeds United have a 5-point gap now. 6-point gap with the goal difference. Them's the facts. And do you expect... This is the thing. Can you expect Burnley to continue to win games of football? You can't. I think you can sort of rely on Sheffield United. I think if they go Portsmouth, they nick it. They get a goal. Burnley, I'm not too sure about. This is the thing. So they have to be almost perfect. Leeds United are perfect at the minute. You know, we've had a couple of draws in the last 5. Hull, again, error-stricken. Burnley. But home form, we've lost one all season. Away form, we're now up to 4th. I don't think that's a concern for people anymore. When was last time we lost away? I'm not too sure. We drew against Preston, beat Stoke, beat Derby, drew with Hull, 2 against Burnley. I don't know the last time we lost away. Can anyone tell me that? Let me have a look over the last 10. I don't know the last time we lost away. Maybe someone could tell me. Was it Blackburn? I'm not sure. My memory's terrible, you know that. But yeah, Leeds United, away form, 4th, top of the home form. We're flying like a kite. And you've got every reason as a fan to be positive. Now, I'm going to get stuck into the comments now because I'm off the soapbox. I've said what I want to say. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Danny Talk Sports says, smash a like and subscribe. Yes, I am well. Josh, where's the signing, says Lee. Again, the positive thing after the game was the manager still sung from the same hymn sheet that he's been. Do you know what I will say for Farke? He protects the board up until it gets later on when he's like, right, now we need something. Now we need something, because he did it in the summer about the 10. He's doing it now, and he's finishing that game having won 7-0 and still saying it. I still want us to be active 48 hours just because we won 7-0. Still want some players. Hopefully we will get them. Good morning to you, Leeds United Old School, and Oliver, Immortal Reaper, Kilgalgan, Ted Feck, still in bed. Have we signed anybody yet, you frauds? I've been saying we move like ninja, and it's good. ITK on Wacko's put the Georgian flag. Georgie, check for Tadza. I mean, that would be nice from Watford. Whether they'd be willing to sell. Are you sure it's not the Armenian? Don't know. 7 there. Morning to Sean, to Penny. Charles says, don't listen to the haters. We're there, bro. Talk to me about Eduard Spertsyan. I have done. This will be back, but I don't know. Again, I don't know much about him. I know what I do know is I know Lockie and Andrea will have been watching videos of him for sure. No morning cigar. Nah, that's getting saved, bro. Good morning from the west coast of Ireland. Top of the morning to you, Brian. Just a set piece coach and a goalkeeper swap away from promotion. Now we don't need either of them. We'll still be there. Looks like dominoes could be falling. Evan Ferguson to West Ham. Yeah, told you, man. Premier League player. Stop packing for house move to watch. Big up to you. Enjoy your house move. How good was Dan James unplayable? Edwards who? Yeah, Edwards who, yeah. Dan James, unbelievable footballer. Lord of the New Church says good morning, I guess. Good morning, all. Still buzzing from yesterday's demolition job. Fans who say he doesn't say it, do as I would. Yeah, exactly. It changes nothing after one game. Yes, 7-0 amazing, but no, we will get carried away. How does it not? Anything, any doubt? What is there left to doubt at this point? He's got the most points over the whole year of 2024. He's he's breaking records left, right, and centre that were even broke by the big man. By the way, that he's even broke the big man. And the same people are critical now over Farke. The same people were crazy to be critical of that guy, and then admit afterwards, "Oh yeah, I was wrong." Too late. No Piro, no party. Farke, 7 stars. Spoke to my dad after the game, and he said he was 9 when we last won 7-0, 1972. I weren't even a twinkle in my dad's eye, Weren't even a twinkle on my dad's eye. You get 3 points for 7. Sion, no, we're not calming down. Yes, it does mean something. This is what I'm saying. It does. It does. Because listen, if we drop points on Coventry, it's another opportunity for you to say, he's not the man. We drop points against Burnley, we win 7-0 with 5 points. Yeah. Why will you not be happy? Did you finish that game 7-0? Most goals you've seen scored in your lifetime for your football club and go, well, it's just 3 points. And if we won 1-0, it'd have been the same. No, you weren't. Superb yesterday, but only way Farke can silence the doubters is by securing promotion. Simple as that, Joe. You're probably right there, yeah. But then as soon as that happens, it'll be, we should sack him. He's no good in Prem. And I would love nothing more for him to boss it in the Prem. But I want what's best for Leeds United. If he's not, then it will be. One of the best ITKs in Wacko's just posted a Georgian flag. If you can get checked for Tadza, top player. Thought Aronson was brilliant yesterday, so aggressive and tenacious in his duels, 100%. Won balls high. I don't know if he got an assist. I know he got a goal. Yeah, so he was quality yesterday. A bit like Pirro, a few pre-assists in there, and that one was key to roles. Morning, Ibo. Good day. Nice to catch a live. Saw a vlog from the game yesterday. Damn, I miss going to Ellen Road. You're not the only one, bro. You're not the only one. Peaking at the right time, 100%. Yeah, definitely. Big up to Matty, who's just got back from Australia. Hope you had a nice time, mate. He said, putting 7 past Cardiff cheered me up, to say the least. I bet. Leeds to finish up top and Burnley to give everyone the most boring playoff final we've ever seen. Exactly. What have you done with the other Joe? Which one? We ain't won anything until we are consistent. Louis? Leeds United are consistent. How are we not consistent? We're top of the league, which proves consistency. You admitted yesterday you were negative, and now you're taking a negative stance on this. We ain't won anything until we are consistent. If you are top of the league with a 5-point gap over third and also a points gap over second, you are definitely the most consistent team in the league. Remember the people who said we weren't the best team in the league as well. Don't forget that. I haven't forgot that either. Don't forget that. I haven't forgot that. And I know you haven't. But a team that's top of the league, one thing you can say is they are consistent. When was the last time we lost a game? 13 games ago or something? Not consistent? Really? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Last time we lost a game was 30th of November against Blackburn 1-0. And we're not consistent. I'm confused. I think you need to look up the Oxford Dictionary for the word consistency. I'm going to do it for you. Consistency. Meaning. Let's have a look. It's consistent behaviour. It's a consistent behaviour. The consistency of measurement techniques. So the consistency of football results. Leeds United consistently don't get beat. I think that really knocks it off. So yeah, if we're in all comps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 13 games in all comps, 12 in the league without defeat. I think we're consistent, I would say. You can see Sheffield United and Burnley dropping points on the running too. 10-point gap by the end of the season. Remember I told you. The magnificent 11 sank Cardiff with 7. Best manager in the league. All I say is enjoy the journey. Live for the moment. Farke was cool, calm and confident. He has his flaws, but I'm on his side now, and I did want him out at one point, but he's proven me wrong. Fair play, Ryan. Fair play. Falling on the sword. Byron, right, okay, but he didn't. That's the point, isn't it? Because he was aware of how Cardiff were going to play. Against Burnley, I would argue he was the right choice, as was Gruev. But that's no slant on Byram. He's a different player. But again, we're too harsh on Byram, I think. I think. So Daniel James is the man. The first 4 goals were all made and scored by him. Joe, come on, the team isn't up. We still need signings, Louis. You still need signings. Why do you think the manager wants signings? Why do you think Leeds United are actively trying to buy signings? Come on. You don't really believe that, do you? Come on. That's the club line. It's bullshit. What we saw was the team finish their dinner. How many times would we nearly score those chances? Exactly. I think, Louis, what I would say is you have to look at the opposition. They played with a high line. They let people like Dan James running behind and stuff. It's a madness. Still need a 10 at minimum. Wednesday will be much harder test. Was magic in the stadium yesterday. Wednesday will be much harder, and obviously you've got the Lampard effect, which is why Sky have picked it 100%. We need to get a new keeper in. Yeah, look, we forgot about it because we're not getting one. I think we all accept that. But the last time we conceded a goal, mate, was the 4th of January. He's had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4 clean sheets because he didn't play against Harrogate. But he's had 4 clean sheets on the spin. And when called upon yesterday, he made some decent interception on one, save on another. He's not going to get tested enough, and the club are not bothering with a new keeper. In the bench, is the bench an issue though, Joe? Say we bring in 2 bodies, then who? But that's football. Again, that's rotation. He still wants them players, so people will not make the squad. Isaac Schmidt didn't make the squad yesterday. So, to be honest, I'm not massively bothered who it is, just as long as a 10 or a striker, just for depth. Agreed. Agreed, Vic. I would love nothing more. Whether they will or not too sure. Give a like, people, yeah, if you haven't already. I took my Jade Buddha with me to the game. Next game for me is Sunderland, and will no doubt have my Jade Buddha with me. Big up to you, man. Hope you're doing well, Holy Ghost. Yes, Sean. Great chant. Sean, even you now. I mean, you've already said your Farke in earlier on, and Farke, but yeah, even you now, I want to see some positivity for you. I'm okay with it. People complain that Farke doesn't change the team to suit the opposition, but when he does, they complain still. Boom, yeah. Yeah, that's so true. We don't rotate, they said. He doesn't use his bench, he said. Again, the bench, 2 players came off the bench and scored yesterday with Joseph and Nonto. So we've scored the most goals off the bench, the latest goals. I would argue every single key decision that he gets criticised on, he just comes back with a vengeance. But people don't mention that. Like I said to you, against Burnley, when he brought on Ramazani and Joseph, no one was critical of their performance. It's what he didn't do. When he'd done what people would have liked and they didn't perform, nothing gets said there. It's what Farke didn't do. He didn't make the bench. Stunning win, playing some superb football despite squad needs another 10 and a centre-back. Agreed. Good morning, Mr. Wayman. Took one of my daughters to Ellen Road yesterday. She was smiling from ear to ear. Memories, exactly. And Daniels give that, right? 1972. Biggest win. We don't necessarily need players for the starting 11. We could do with a freshen up. I think it depends on the opposition. Again, like Vic's just been saying, there'll be certain games where Aronson could be dropped out for someone who is, perceived more of a creator. I do believe that. There'll be different games where we could do with a different option to Pirro, and Joseph hasn't been that up to this point. He hasn't kicked on and has probably gone down a level in Farke's minds. Maybe not in a lot of fans' minds, but in Farke's minds. Because let's not forget, he put a lot of trust in Matteo by making him his starting number 9. When he had Pirro on the bench, told him that he made him his starting number 9. So anyone who tries to say he didn't give him a chance or whatever, it is absolute BS. Agreed. We still need to sigh. I would not sit still at all. Never sit still. Because we've done that before. A perfect example, I think, is there's 2, right? These came when we did another video yesterday morning. Leeds United finished 9th in the Premier League. We had a lot of injuries that season, and the club said, well, a lot of our injuries, people like Koch, Llorente and stuff, they'll be like new signings. They did no business. We nearly got relegated, and Bielsa got sacked. Leicester City last season had a 17-point gap in January, did no business, and it nearly got clawed back. So there's 2 examples. The club, our own football club, last January didn't do enough and we didn't go up. So I think there's enough examples. Big up Oibab. Last night was a prime example of why I'm confident of us going up. This league is soapish. We are too good for it. I don't stress about transfers because the levels between us and the rest are huge. Again, The first part, agreed, and I had said that. But I still think we still should get some more. We moved the ball a lot quicker yesterday. It looked good. We were relentless. If we carry on like that, we'll put the fear in teams. Again, a lot has to be said for the opposition. They played with a high line. They allowed Leeds United to get in behind. You could see that. You know, they had a few attacks, but every time they did, we were just cutting them open. Teams aren't going to do that, you know, week in, week out. So it will be hard in games, and that's where you might need a different profile of a 10. And people still want Archer. Come on, we have a better at the club. No point in buying for the sake of it. No, who do you have better at the club than Archer? We still want Archer, Sean. We still should go out and buy. I'm only interested in a loan for a night. Yeah, I don't think it'll be a buy. I don't think it'll be a loan with a view to a buy, I'd imagine. I don't get Jay winning it, if you want my honest opinion. No. Joe, if we aren't sure about Archer, we go for someone proven in the Prem. However, we should discount players that can step up like Jared Bowen was at Hull for several seasons. I don't know what your point is. Oh, we shouldn't. No, 100%. No, I agree with you. We shouldn't, yeah. Morning. What's the situation with Junior? It doesn't look like he's been... it doesn't look like he's been offered a contract up to this point, but you would hope that that could get sorted out. We all said, didn't we, if he didn't play at Cardiff, there's an issue there, because there was talk of Matt Target, and the club went, no, thank you, and I'm glad they went, no, thank you. So, yeah, I think hopefully he's get offered a new deal. Joe Blackburn's just done a good video about him. There you go. Check out that. Do you think Leeds team gets automatic promotion? No, I think last season, no, it's not. The league was crazy, and that's why to get 90 points. Remember when everyone would go, people like Sean and that. What did man 9 points? Sack him. He didn't get us up. Sack him. That was a wild season. We'll get 90 points this season, and that's why it's relative. And people say, it don't matter. Well, it does, because if you get 90 points this season, then you'll go up. That's the difference. Yeah. Listen, as fans, this is a thing, Aragon. I agree with you. While it was a phenomenal result, it's important to keep feet on the ground. I don't play for Leeds United. I just support them. I'm not going to keep my feet on the ground. I'm a fan. The players will. The manager will. We'll have them in for training. Probably give them a day off. Back in on Monday. Right, it's done now. Move. For me, I'm dining out on 7-0 Cardiff. Big up Jamie. Jamie, how are you feeling after being so critical of the manager at Burnley? How are you feeling today? Talk to me. Yes. Are we talking about Pirro? Exceptional they were. Really, really good. Again, more praise for him. Solomon is silky. Yeah, big up. It was a crazy time. Why is it worrying? Why are you worried? Explain to me why you're worried, Jason. Genuinely, just tell me why you're worried. What you're worried about. What's worrying about his minutes to you as a fan? What you're worrying about? That's what I'm like. What's making you worried about his minutes? Doesn't it show that you've got a player who's better than him at this moment in time? So what are you worried about? You know what I mean? What's to worry? Oh, mate, don't. It's crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Farke doesn't improve players. Solomon overweight could have been another of mine. I know it could have been yours. It was also a Sean Ely trope. Genuinely. Bro, please let's add context regarding fair play. He's dropped down a level and is too good for this league. Give Farke his flowers, DJ, but let's please add context. There is a small amount of context, yeah, but I see a different Junior Firpo than I saw in the Premier League. Regardless of opposition, I see a different Junior Firpo. You know? I see a different Junior. Tony says, I was there in 72 and our 7-0 win against Southampton. Never thought I'd see it again, yeah. Michael, if we played that open against Burnley, yeah, I've seen some comments if we'd have picked that. It's not true, but yeah. Exactly, Aragon. That's where I agree with you, and that's why, like, when I was saying you can't throw caution to the wind and just people wanted 4 changes at half time, remember, against Burnley. If they do that, we might lose the game. So will Leeds make 100 points? It could be on. Who knows? Bab says we'll kick on now. 9 or 10 more wins from the remaining 16 games and we're up. Again, I agree with Jamie here. We can all talk about having the best squad. We can all, which people told me wasn't the case. We can all talk about being the best team in the league, which people told me that wasn't the case. I'm sorry. Stick with your boy. But yeah, I still think not doing business would be a mistake. And I think the manager's coming out and says that. Manager's coming out and said that. Yeah, but this is the thing. Then, of course, we're going to lose some, Joel. We probably will lose some more. Games we don't expect. But now we've got a cushion, right? And it's just about keep knocking the wins. Go away and get a point. You know? Astonishing goal difference. Insane. 41. They've won 4 on the bounce. It could be very, yeah. And Vic, I don't mind a draw. I don't have a draw. I don't matter, you know? Don't matter. I don't know what the fixtures are that week. I'm going to have a look now in the Championship what the fixtures are. Let's have a look. So, we go to Coventry. Sunderland have got Watford after playing on Monday. Burnley are at home against Oxford. It won't surprise me if it's 0-0. I'm not even joking. Burnley-Oxford, 0-0. We go away to Coventry. Sheffield United play Portsmouth at home. They'll beat Portsmouth 2-0. So Sheffield United and Leeds, yeah, Leeds could do with a win. Make sure we maintain top spot. And then on the weekend, Burnley are at home against Hull. Again, Sheffield United, Middlesbrough, and Leeds are away at Watford. And then we've got Sheffield United and Sunderland. By March, folks, the league could be like, you know what? We can afford to lose. We're going to be fine. You know? Squad size worries me. We have the best squad, smallest. Again, you know, then people say, oh, well, if we bring players in, where are they going to fit in? Where are they going to sit? This is what you have to remember, that, yes, we have the best squad, but it is still the smallest in the league. So if all the other teams are managing to, you know, move people off and on their bench, then so should Leeds United. So should Leeds United. Yeah, crazy, Nib. Crazy, isn't it? Crazy. Yeah, no, I always thought he was a top signing. Yeah. Yeah, at the end of the season, the goal difference is an extra point. Vic. Louis will come with a response for us. Okay, maybe consistent was the wrong word, but you have to make the performance different to most of the games. No, we just were clinical. We were more expansive because Cardiff allowed us to be. You know, that's why, again, you know, Louis said, you say we've got enough. Next home game, we might come up against a low block and Aronson might struggle to create chances. It's horses for courses. Not everyone will come and play like Cardiff. The manager won't always have his back up, frustrated at the unnecessary criticism that he got against Burnley, that he said to the lads at half-time, go kill them. Go kill them. you know, because even James said in his post-match, normally we'll sit off, you know, catch it. They went, no, it's game over for you, Cardiff. Today, we eat. And that's, so, context again. So, okay, I'll be Cabba, relax. No, you could call me all you want, negative. I don't think keeper is a priority this season. Yeah, exactly. He's had nothing to do, really. Let's have a look. I'm just having a look at some of the comments as we go through, because I realised that I'm way behind. Yeah, Ramazani could and should have scored. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, agreed, mate. Not concerned about that area of the pitch, nor am I in midfield, to be honest. Yeah, they were great. They were great, mate. The HMS pissed the league, has set sail, it has. 100%. No, they didn't, mate. They tried to sign some players. Obviously, they were wary of cash. They tried to sign the guy over in Italy. I forget his name now. Yeah, that was it. Senesi. 100%. 100% go Spectre. You've hit the nail on the head. Don't ever let them forget that. Big up Nick Hempel. 7th heaven, mate. We both did it. I think that's the only way you get him, mate. You won't. The only way you get him is if you take him permanently, and I think he'd be decent for us as an option in the Premier League. The majority of them. Some people like yourself, Gabbage, will just stay steadfast, and I respect you for that. Give up. Win 7-0. I am a winners. I'm a winners mentality. It's not good enough. I want more. No, don't feel guilty about that, Jamie. Never. Just interested to. I think you were overcritical at Burnley. That's my point. This is Spertsyan. Yes, that smells like promotion. No, not 41 ahead. Our goal difference is 41. Theirs is 20, I think, Sheffield United. So 21 ahead. Yeah, look, they've got some good big game. But Farke normally does well in the big games, so I think we'll be fine. If I'm honest, please do smash a like. As Alison said, hope you're well. Hope Marty's well. Yeah, Lorenzo makes a good point. You just need backup, and we have the smallest squad. So we don't, honestly, I know he's made a load of mistakes, but actually, I agree with Vic that it's not that. After Sunderland and after Hull and all this, yes, but it's like, what does he have to do? Cardiff had 3 touches in our box. He doesn't have no what to do. I could have played in goal yesterday. I probably would have conceded because there was that one where it came over the top. I probably would have conceded, but Leeds would have still won the game with me in there. So I don't think it's that. He can't. I don't think any. I mean, I've never said he can't play. But I prefer him in midfield. So, like for me, Wednesday, Strauch at centre back, Ampadu back in midfield alongside Tanaka. And that's decent, you know. I think he's got a relegation release clause, Vic, and that I think they're wary of that. That we're going to lose him anyway, so why not? You know, that kind of thing. Recency bias. No, I just think he. Yeah, maybe it is recency bias because he hasn't made a mistake for 6 games, but I just think still, again, he's had naught to do in these 6 games since. Yesterday, when that shot comes in from Robinson that he saves, easy save, I still get nervous, Jamie, and that'll never go. and we can't have him in the Premier League. But I just think from the club's perspective, they look at it and say, yeah, we won't. He's not going to get tested enough. We've got no to worry about. I think they're probably right. So, yeah. So here's another stat for you as well. So fewest games to win 50 as manager for Leeds United. It's took Daniel Farke 87. 87, which is on par with Simon Grayson. It took David O'Leary 93, Marcelo Bielsa 93, and Dick Ray 99. So Daniel Farke is record breaker, level on with Simon Grayson for the fewest games to win 50 as Leeds United manager. So again, Johnny Cooper with the key stats. It's some stats. Since the start of last season, only 2 players have more goals and assists combined in the Championship than Daniel James. He's got 21 goals and 13 assists. Joel Pirro scored 8 league goals against City teams this season, 3 versus Cardiff, 2 versus Stoke, 2 versus Hull, and 1 versus Coventry. The most by a Leeds player in a season since John Charles. Coventry City up next. Boom. Safe to say this is another stat. We forget this. This is from Opta as well. And this is when people I say boring as and whatever. Jamie Kemp from Opta says, safe to say Leeds United's Cardiff was one of the most dominant performances in Championship history. Across the first and second tiers in England, Spain, Germany, France, and Italy, it was the first time a team have had 5+ XG while conceding 0.1 or fewer since PSG beat Guingamp in January of 2019. And look at that PSG side, by the way. You know, the Mbappes and all that sort of stuff that time. So this is why it perplexes me why people are critical or too critical. Some think he shouldn't be in charge now. Let that sink in. There are people that believe this manager should not be in charge right now. They're welcome monsters. It is the first time a team have had 5+ XG while conceding 0.1 or fewer since PSG did when they scored 9 against Guingamp in January of 2019. And I don't know if FC Guingamp would have been in the same division. I think that might be a cup game potentially, as is against the same opposition. Leeds had an XG of 5.73 yesterday against Cardiff, which is the most by a team in the Championship ever since Opta has on record. The Leeds United created the most XG ever. That's a 9-0 aggregate scoreline as well against Cardiff. Leeds United have had 6 scorers in a game for the 3rd time ever. It was 67 Chelsea, 2001 Bradford, 2025 this year. Hang it in the Louvre. Since New Year's Day of 2024, no player has more Championship assists than Junior Firpo. He has 14. Leeds had 29 shots yesterday, their most in a league game since 36 against Wigan in April 2019. We lost that game, by the way. We lost that game. We all remember Wigan. Since 21st of December and the 4-0 win over Oxford, the 2 players with the most goals in the Championship are Manor Solomon and Dan James. Yeah, but they shouldn't be starting, remember. It should be Ramazani and Willie Nonto. Listen, and that's no shade on them too. It's shade on them that think they know ball when they don't. So, since the 21st of December and the 4-0 win over Oxford, the 2 players with the most goals and assists in the Championship are the 2 wingers that are starting. Daniel Farke is only the 3rd Leeds United manager to win a match by 7+. along with Dick Ray and Dom Reba. 8 different players scored or assisted today, the most by a Leeds team since September 2008 in a 5-2 win over Crewe. Willie Gnonto scored just 67 seconds after coming on as a substitute, the fastest goal by a sub in a championship match this season. Daniel James has won the last 17 games he scored in at Ellen Road, the longest run by a Leeds player since Eddie Gray won 25. Junior Firpo is the first Leeds United player to assist 3 goals in a game since Jermaine Pennant back in August 2003 against Borough. Mental. Solomon sign him, yeah, 100%. Sign him up. But all them there, wow. All them stats, everything. It's crazy. It's crazy how good Leeds United are. And listen, we've still got, what is it, 24, 26, 36 hours. 36 hours till that window slams shut. It's dead on this time. 11 p.m. though. So in 12 hours time plus 24. So in 36 hours. No, that's not right. Yeah, 36 hours. In 36 hours, the window will slam shut. We need some more editions in that time. Your boy will keep you up to date as and when he can. Listen, as always, thanks for watching the Just Joe Football Show. Subscribe to the channel, get your comments in, hit that notification bell and all that jazz. And remember, as always, believe in Farke. Because it's Farke life, baby. Farke life. All the people, so many people, they all go hand in hand with our Farke life. Boom, 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 boom.